Hello, everyone. This is Tall Squall and Tree Hugging Druid. This is immediately following episode 24, the episode in which Florian put Silya underneath of a zone of truth spell, and while under it, Silya actually volunteered some information saying that she was not acting underneath the orders of the Obsidian Order, but in fact was trying to escape from the Obsidian Order. The evening goes on as planned, and as most of the evenings do go, Silya trains late into the night. So after the rest of the party has gone to bed, she goes to her normal training place, which is out in the courtyard outside of the Cloak and Fireball, when a shadowy figure comes up and approaches her. Silya, you recognize this figure to be none other than Florian Kilderloin.
Silya turns around and just like facing away from him will continue her thing, her training, and just say, "What do you want?"
I have a proposition for you that I believe you will find quite interesting. I thought a bit upon the information that you so graciously volunteered, and I knew it to be true as you were still within the influences of my spell. I did a little digging. I have my own resources, quite discreet, I assure you, within the Obsidian Order, and I can assure you that whoever is tormenting you and did whatever happened to Jungor is not from the Order. They are... The Order, in fact, has you listed as dead, deceased in the line of action, and have no interest in pursuing or have any inclination that you could possibly be alive. I assume that is something that you would like to keep that way.
I am going to insight check him.
Okay.
And do you want to do an inspiration die? Do I? Yeah, I'll
Okay.
use my inspiration dice. So 22.
On a 22, he is being very forthright and seems to, there's a but coming, but he does not seem to be lying about the fact that you seem to be free and clear right now from the Obsidian Order.
Silya will look at Florian and but you are also smart enough to know that I am willing to give my life to make sure all of my friends stay safe.
That is no business of mine. I have quite an investment in your friend Iska. I can only assume the invitation you procured for her, apparently not as a part of some type of Obsidian Order plot, was nothing more than a young bard trying to make their way onto fame and fortune in the big stage at the Conclave. So, certainly, my interest in Iska, at least, remaining alive, her song conveying the message that we would like conveyed, I have a vested interest in as well.
And what's that? Making people like the children of the lost?
Of course, we have need to have public support of the children and continue the status quo with the tieflings.
And what do you want, Florian?
I just would like to, let's say, procure your unique skill set.
You want me to kill somebody?
Isn't that what you were trained to do?
Doesn't mean I still do it.
Well, if you're not interested...
After all, I am only a low-level assassin.
That's why you would be the perfect one to take care of this mission. No one would see you coming. High-level assassins, people watch out for. Low ones are, shall we say, underestimated. And you will find yourself in a particularly unique situation, I believe.
What situation is that?
As I had mentioned before, we have arranged for Iska, your friend, to travel to the Conclave with the human contingent out of Falcon's Crest. It has also come to our attention that the Tiefling contingent, who will be attending for the first time, will be traveling with the humans as well. I propose that on such a long and arduous journey fraught with danger that accidents can happen. And I would think you keeping your current status as being deceased might be able to, shall we say, ensure that an accident happens, particularly to the leader of the Tiefling contingent, the one who has the new proof of their innocence in the fall.
Why doesn't the Arcana Mystica want the tieflings to be proven innocent?
They should not get a reprieve for a crime that they have, the crime that they have committed. They have put the entire world at jeopardy through their foolish pact-making with forces beyond their control. They skirted the laws of magic that the Arcana Mystica tries to keep enforced to protect the people, to protect the citizens, to protect our society. And they stepped outside of it, and you see the results. You've lived them.
But see, here's the thing. I don't understand the hatred amongst races. There's those who participated and those who did not. Whereas I would gladly go after those who have performed evil acts, such as the Temple of Purity. However, the way that I see it, I would not change what happened. Even if it were to mean that I lose my life, I would still allow the tieflings to do what they do, because the people that I have met, Gandry, Sky, Luna, Terra, are people that I have fallen in love with. They are my family. And I wouldn't change them for the world. So, why would you, somebody who is trying to get I don't want to say famous, but famous because you guys suddenly support the children of the lost?
We're just trying to bring justice. Certainly, you talk of the Temple of Purity. It was a lack of education that I believe brought on this hatred of what was the word she used? The
Genasi.
Genasi, yes. We want to give their people a name. We want to give them a place for as long as they are able. What we are concerned about, and we do believe, just as you said, they should be celebrated for their differences and for their uniqueness that they bring to the world.
Yet you would kill the people that gave them that uniqueness and those differences.
It's not as though the tieflings were out to create the Genasi. It happened as an accident. The next time, it could be that they create something that can't be celebrated, something that's horrible. They could bring the legions of the 9 hells down upon us. We got lucky. We got lucky this time. That we were blessed.
What about the tieflings who had nothing to do with it? Will they be left alone? Or will they be shunned because of what they are?
That depends on what the people decide.
You know, Florian, on my way here, I met somebody. I met a little girl and her father. And we were stopped by a man that was from the Temple of Purity. This daughter and this father had an illusion spell over them. When the illusion spell stopped, what stood before us but a little girl that was a tiefling and a father that was a tiefling that was just trying to protect his little girl. When I see a tiefling, that's what I see.
That's all lovely and romantic and naive. Yes. Oh, there's someone good who does good in this world. There's innocents who are part of this. What you have to understand, and there is no denying, tieflings are of infernal blood. That's why they look the way they do. That is not contested. That is not
Silya starts
argued. That is fact.
Silya will start speaking in Infernal.
Lovely. He starts speaking Infernal back to you. You think I don't know how to speak Infernal? What does that prove? Yes, Infernal's a language. Demons have a language. Still makes that doesn't mean they're not demons. Demons can think. Demons can pretend love. But they're still demons. Have you ever heard the old adage of the turtle giving the ride to the scorpion across the river? Turtle didn't want to do it. Said, "You'll sting me. We'll both die." He said, "That's why I won't sting you. I just want to ride." Halfway across the river, he stung them and doomed them both. The turtle asked, "Why? Why would you do this?" Scorpion had no answer other than, "It's my nature." Pacts with demons, pacts with forces beyond their control, that they think they can control. They play with fire. They play with forces that, as you can see, decimated a whole continent. We are just trying to protect those. Just like that little girl that you talk about, the tiefling little girl. Rampaging hordes of infernals across the plains.
Yet you are willing to...
Yes, the Temple of Purity. That's the next problem to solve.
You are doing the same thing that they're doing. You want me to kill somebody just because of their race. You're doing the exact same thing that they are doing.
I want you to kill someone.
You hire somebody to kill. Like, that's exactly what they freaking do.
I want you to kill someone who poses a danger to our world.
And what evidence do you have that they are planning to do more things?
I go with my original statement. It's in their nature.
Okay. I'm a high elf. It isn't my nature to be snooty like you, but I'm not.
Oh, you just think you're not, dear. But, regardless, I think that you've misunderstood this conversation.
You want me to kill...
I want to know whether or not you...
Because they're a tiefling.
I want to know whether or not you want the Obsidian Order to know you're alive or not. I believe you have mistaken that you actually have a choice. You kill this person for me, or your superiors will know that you're alive and in Sojourn's Crossing by morning. I would assume you'll be dead within the week. And if I recall that according to the Obsidian Order's bylaws, so will your aunt, and so will your sister, and so will your parents, and anyone, and all of the people...
shits about my parents.
And all of these people who you've surrounded yourself with. You will be erased.
And if I go to them first?
The Obsidian Order? You know that as well as I do. Same thing happens. It's to make sure that no one ever attempts what you've somehow managed to accomplish. You say you're interested about keeping your friends alive. I suggest you start thinking about that. Just an accident. No one even ever know. Not even your friends. Shimmer Salt Flats, very dangerous. The river passage, just as bad. Heck, some people say that they prefer the Vice to the Southern Passage.
You leave everybody else out of this?
I have no interest in anything. I have no interest in your friends other than the leverage that they currently possess over you. And I would never touch them. The Obsidian Order would take care of that. I don't get my own hands dirty.
If you touch them, your bird is dead.
Understood. Valshirin can take care of himself, but we have an agreement then. Nothing that I do will bring harm to your friends. The only harm that will come to them by my hand would be me informing the Obsidian Order of your continued heartbeat. I leave it to the rules and laws that you very well know to take care of all of that. And of course, once the deed is done, our business is through, and you'll never need to hear of Florian Gilderloin again. Time's wasting, dear.
Fine.
Just an accident. We certainly wouldn't want anyone to think that an assassin had made their way into the midst of such a illustrious group. Something simple. I'm sure you will make it look good. Good evening to you, Silya Relorin.
Florian.
Have a safe and productive...
Who is following me?
That I do not know, and apparently the Obsidian Order does not know either. That seems to be your own problem that you've picked up.
What do you know of a ghost?
A ghost? Just the rumors that everyone had that they were patrolling the roads around Sojourn's Crossing, killing off members of the Black Dragonflight. Of the Green Dragonflight and the other Dragonflights. I hear the Blacks have been active again, down to the south. Red. I don't know the current whereabouts of Red. That's why I sent the caravan with such extra precautions up to Balthera. I wanted to make sure that the new student, my friend's student, made it there safely. Blue, who knows? They haven't been seen for quite some time, probably up to something. It seems like you have a secret admirer. Interesting. I have nothing to do with it, though. Our business is complete. I will be seeing you at the conclave. If not myself, then Nathaniel. Will be there to see your smiling face and hopefully with one less smiling face. Demonic face, that is.
You may want to watch your house. Saw a rogue watching your house.
That rogue was working for me. He worked for Jungor. He informed me that your shirtless friend was trying to break in. I assume the mysterious stranger who chased him through the alleyways was you. Everything started to come together. But yeah, you think that I, as a member of the Arcana Mystica, don't have people watching my own house. You do need a little
You
seasoning.
sure did run pretty quickly.
Eh? He was meant to stay alive and report. He did his job exactly as he should have. Try not to bumble the accident. Good evening to you, Silya. And he walks away. We're clear. Actually, we're not clear yet. Now we're clear.